What is it like to be a man? Rewarding and hard as heck. It is hard to start up from nothing with no one expecting anything of you. While also hearing you have everything and are so privileged you don't have to work for anything. Also, you are so dangerous that half the population automatically deems you violent and sexual predator. You are also most of the time invisible unless someone needs something from you. If you manage to get through the swamp of bullshit and don't listen to the garbage they are telling you, then you can come out on top as a decent individual who is successful, has a job they love, and a family. Honestly, it's shit. When we have a female apprentice, all the guys refuse to work with or mentor them due to one claiming she was SA. She wasn't, and the only time she and the accused were together was in a workshop that had CCTV. She wasn't sacked. No charges pressed. And no disciplinary. He, on the other hand, was suspended instantly, and it almost cost him his marriage. If there's a problem in your relationship, the man is usually seen as the cause. You can't go anywhere child-related without being seen as a predator. I have nothing to compare it to. I've always been me. If it helps you compare, here's what a typical day looks like for me. I wake up, shower, and drive to work. I go to work. Occasionally I get lunch with work friends. I go home, possibly stopping at Aldi along the way. I play with the dog for a while and say hi to my family. I eat a snack and decompress a little with some reading, Reddit, or YouTube. I go rock climbing or to work out another way. I make dinner and eat it. I go to bed and repeat tomorrow. Married men. Did you still find your wives attractive when they were pregnant? Not a man, but my husband actually told me after my first pregnancy that he expected to not be into sex while I was pregnant, but was surprised that he actually enjoyed it a lot. I also was pregnant with a boy and got a nice testosterone boost from that, so I was horny AF, which didn't hurt either. Yes, very much so. I couldn't really fathom cheating in our relationship. But it also doesn't shock me that is a somewhat common time to cheat for others. There were phases of pregnancy where she was not the most pleasant company, due to feeling ill or other. The relationship and routine starts to change, hopefully, and in my case, for the better, but it being a point of strain and contention is like not exactly difficult to envision for some people. My wife's third pregnancy was rough as hell. She had every problem going. We had terrible service from the frequent stay at the hospital. Our community midwife was useless. To the point I sacked her off and became my wife's carer in a sense. When she eventually did fall asleep on occasion, I used to watch her sleep, and Christ, she looked so beautifully peaceful. I also respected her so much more after this. She'd been through hell and back. And that was just the pregnancy. The birth gave me PTSD. It was violent. I found my wife to be beautiful when she was pregnant. I found my wife to be beautiful when she had 2 bone marrow transplants and lost her hair and was hooked up to machines for months on end. I did not want to. Nor did I think she wanted to have sex with me during those times. I felt zero desire to cheat on her. If I get that horny, I can take care of myself. I don't understand other men's lack of self-control and desire to copulate continuously to justify their existence. Different strokes for different folks, I guess. Parents of Reddit. What is the creepiest thing your child has said to you? Is there room for a freaky paranormal one? My mom's dad died 10 years before I was born. I was about 6 or 7 when my parents divorced. The day before my mom told me they were divorcing, apparently I was at the kitchen table drawing or something while my mom cooked tea. She says I stopped instantly and looked toward the front door as if I'd heard it open. I stared for a long time. Then giggled. Turned toward my mom and said, "Granddad says don't worry. Everything will be okay and he won't let anything bad happen." I then began humming and went back to my drawing. My mom says it's the single creepiest thing that's ever happened to her. And I have no memory of it happening. I'm not quite sure if it's rather hilarious or creepy. Kiddo was about 3 at that time. Told me he knew exactly why I had such a big belly. I have actually due to complications from several endometriosis surgeries. He told me when he was a baby he was inside my belly, and when they delivered him they forgot to take his poop out with him. He offered me to go to the hospital to have that checked. Thanks, kiddo. Appreciate your concern here. Next time please feel free to contact me about this matter outside of a crowded bus where I can neither escape nor suddenly kill you and dig you or myself up somewhere. We were having roast chicken for dinner. Son, 3, has lightbulb moment. Holds up chicken skin. When we say chicken skin and apos, is this really the skin of the chicken, like my skin? Next day after some Sunday nappage we play cars. I see a fresh scar on his foot. Straight line with a little dry blood. Ask the little sir about it. I cut myself. I took a knife because I wanted to see what my meat looks like under my skin, but it hurt a little so I stopped. I still don't know. Good thing he didn't want to see his sister's flesh. How do doctors remove water from your ear that's stuck? If you put hydrogen peroxide in your ear and lean over, it'll help get trapped water out. Move your mouth and jaw around to help move your jaw joint, which is connected to your ear canal. Shake your head to provide added assistance. Place a cotton swab right at the entrance to the canal. It will draw the water out and absorb it. Water will evaporate easily. You don't have to remove it. But since you can hear anything anymore, it's doctor time. ASAP. Just jump few time with one leg, by keeping your head 90 degrees sideways and ear facing downside. It always worked for me. Some ancient Indian trick. I tilt my head with the ear with water side down then jump. Works every time. Stand on your tiptoes and slam down onto your heels. Well, how about that? I'm glad that you were able to sort out the problem and are feeling better. When I got my ear washed, and water got stuck, they just sucked it out with like a vacuum tube kind. It was like a bigger syringe. I've used a little hydrogen peroxide then tilted out. Sadly, you need another person to help remove it. A doctor will make a strong seal around the ear canal and suck out the water. You should be able to find your drops at your pharmacy. There is a product called Otex which does a decent job at removing/dissolving earwax. Rest with your head tilted to one side. It will shortly clear itself. Maybe try yawning in that position to hasten it. If it doesn't get better, go to the doctor to get your earwax removed. My ear was blocked for a month because I dug in my ear and it trapped the wax, which is what you have going on. Water will always come out. But wax is what gets stuck. BTW. When they removed it, it felt super nice lol. They warned me it might feel uncomfortable but I loved it.